Welcome to Biology My Passion. I am Soumya Harikrishna. Today, we will learn the chapter Reproductive Health. In this chapter, we are basically dealing with reproductive health, population explosion and its consequences, what are the measures adopted by government to handle such situations. Then we come to different methods of contraception used. We also learn about sexually transmitted diseases. And finally, we think about certain assisted reproductive technologies to help the couples without child. So, let us start with reproductive health. What is reproductive health? Healthy reproductive organs with the normal functions. If you have, you are reproductively healthy. According to World Health Organization, reproductive health is the total well-being in all aspects of reproduction, that is physical, emotional, behavioral and social well-being in order to lead a safe and satisfying reproductive life. A society with people having physically and functionally normal reproductive organs and normal emotional and behavioral interactions among them in all sex related aspects might be called reproductively healthy. What are the problems that we are facing as of now? One is limited knowledge on personal hygiene and hygiene of reproductive organs, which can lead to sexually transmitted diseases and also pelvic infection diseases. Another burning problem in some societies is the early marriages, which can lead to high infant mortality and maternal mortality rate. Then illiteracy leading to population explosion, hence economic crisis and lack of medical facilities. Finally, people have several myths and misconceptions regarding sex related matters because there's a social stigma associated with it which prevent people from discussing it openly. Here comes the significance of reproductive health. It helps in educating every youth and creates awareness among adolescents about safe sexual practices. It helps in preventing sexually transmitted infections. It protects both the mother and the child from infectious diseases. It provides complete knowledge about early pregnancy, infertility, birth control methods, pregnancy, post childbirth care of the baby and mother, etc. What are the programs that we have implemented in reproductive health? India was among the first countries to initiate actions and plans to attain total reproductive health as a social goal. These programs are called as family planning, initiated in 1951. Now, this program is known as Reproductive and Child Health Care Programs or RCH. What are the aims of RCH programs, which was earlier known as Family Planning Program? The major tasks are to create awareness among people about the various aspects of reproductive health, example STDs and birth control methods, provide facilities and support for building up a reproductively healthy society, provide sex education in schools in one of the ways to meet this goal, and create awareness about sex abuse and sex related crimes. What are the strategies adopted? Encourage using various contraceptive methods to control population, creating awareness through print and audiovisual media, governmental and non governmental agencies, encouraging sex education in schools to dispel myths and misconceptions regarding the reproductive and sex related issues. It should impart proper information related to reproductive organs, adolescence related changes, health and hygiene of reproductive organs, and safe sexual practices. Educating the masses, especially fertile couples, about birth control options, care of pregnant mothers and postnatal care, importance of breastfeeding, equal opportunities for the male and female child, etc. To prevent and control STDs is also another important task in front of the government. Strong infrastructural facilities, professional expertise, and material support are essential to provide medical assistance and care to people in reproduction related problems like pregnancy, delivery, STDs, abortions, contraception, menstrual problems, infertility, etc. Our government has implemented different methods. One, massive child immunization program, which helps to create a healthy society, and also statutory ban on amniocentesis. It is a fetal sex determination test based on chromosomal pattern in the amniotic fluid surrounding the developing embryo for sex determination, because the prenatal sex determination may lead to sex selective abortion. So, statutory ban on amniocentesis is a legal check on increasing female feticide. This is a representation of the amniocentesis procedure, where from the amniotic cavity using a long needle, we are taking some fluid, amniotic fluid sample. It has the same cells with a chromosomal pattern similar to the fetus. So, by analyzing the chromosomal pattern of those cells, we can find out if there is any genetic disorder. And it is possible to determine the sex of the child, which may lead to sex selective abortion. And government and non-government agencies are encouraging research on various reproduction related areas. The first of its kind, that is Saheli, is an oral contraceptive pills. This pill was developed by CDRI in Lucknow. Saheli has a sole merit of being the world's first non-steroidal oral contraceptive pills, so less side effects also. One more advantage is Saheli is a weekly once pill. Indications of reproductively healthy society. In a healthy society, they have better awareness about sex related matters, increased number of medically assisted deliveries, because most of the people depend on hospitals and trained doctors or midwives, better postnatal care leading to decreased maternal and infant mortality rates, increased number of couples with small families, better detection and cure of STDs, overall increased medical facilities for all sex related problems. Now, population explosion and birth control. So, when population explosion happens, it has a lot of consequences in the country, social situations and economic situations. The sudden large increase in size of human population is called population explosion. Our population, which was approximately 350 million at the time of our independence, reached close to the billion mark by 2000 and crossed 1 billion in May 2000. That means every sixth person in the world is an Indian. Demography is the study of human population. As per the 15th census of India, which was held in 2011, India's population has increased by 17.7% from 2001. A special day, World Population Day, is observed on July 11 every year to raise awareness of population issues. It was established by the Governing Council of the United Nations Development Programme in 1989. The aim of this day is to focus the world's attention on the issues of the global population and the importance of reproductive health. What are the reasons for population explosion? Increased health facilities and improvement in technology leading to better living conditions. Decline in death rate, decline in maternal mortality rate, decline in infant mortality rate, and increase in number of people of reproductive age. What are the consequences of population explosion? Absolute scarcity of even the basic requirements like food, shelter, and clothing. We know there are different countries where the majority of people, or more than 50% of the people, live in poverty. They do not have even money for basic amenities. Then unemployment, price rise, energy crisis, eco degradation, environmental pollution, degradation of natural resources, and pressure on countries' economy. Overpopulation leads to a number of national as well as family problems as well. What are the ways to control population explosion? Motivating smaller families by using various contraceptive methods and adopt one child no. During family planning, initial days, the slogan was Hum do, Hamare do, we two, our two. But now, recommended to take one child no. Statutory raising of marriageable age of the female to 18 years and that of males to 21 years. And also government incentives given to couples with the small families. The couples who are willing to do tubectomy and vasectomy are given small incentives, either in the form of certain household products or in the form of money, to encourage them to come forward to have small families. Now we will discuss the important part of this chapter, that is what are the contraceptive methods available and what are the different characteristic an ideal contraceptive should have. First of all, it should be easily available. Otherwise, people will be reluctant to use it. So, availability should be ensured. Second, user friendly. That means it should be easy to use and should keep the privacy of the person. Then, effectiveness. It should completely protect from unwanted pregnancy. And reversible with no or least side effects. Whenever its use is stopped, they should be able to conceive a child again. And it also should in no way interfere with the sexual drive, desire, or the sexual act of the user. So these are the important characteristics of an ideal contraceptive. This is an important question for you. Now, the available methods can be classified under various heading. First is the natural or the traditional methods, which is not involving use of any device or any chemicals. Second, barrier methods or IUDs, intrauterine devices. Third, chemical method. Four, surgical method or the sterilization, which is a terminal method of stopping pregnancy. Let's discuss one by one. Natural or traditional method. There are three methods that we can use in this way without having any side effects. Here, avoiding chance of ovum and sperm meeting. One is periodic abstinence. A woman should avoid having unprotected intercourse on days 10 to 17th of her menstrual cycle, fertile period when ovulation could be expected. But this is possible only in a woman who has a very regular menstrual cycle. Otherwise, they have to keep checking their body temperature on a regular basis to see the ovulation time. With the change in body temperature, to a greater extent, we can detect that time and avoid sex during that time. Second method is withdrawal or coitus interruptus is another method in which the male partner withdraws his penis from the vagina just before ejaculation so as to avoid insemination. Here also chance is very less because initial fluid that is secreted may also have some semen present in that. Third is lactational amenorrhea or postpartum infertility. Cessation of ovulation for around 6 months following parturition. This is also not very rigid method because this varies from person to person. In some females, within 1 or 2 months itself, the menstrual bleeding starts again, or some people it may happen after 6 months. But intensely lactating mother may not have menstrual cycle. Lack of menstrual cycle is called a amenorrhea. So this is called a lactational amenorrhea because lack of menstrual cycle due to lactation. All these three methods have no side effects, but at the same time their success rate is also very less. Second is barrier method. Means we are creating a barrier between the male and female gametes so they don't fuse. The first is the use of condoms. They are rubber or latex sheath to cover the penis in males or vagina in females just before the coitus so that the ejaculate semen would not enter the female reproductive tract. An example is Nirod. Condoms are popular because it is disposable after use. It can be self inserted and thereby gives privacy to the user, and it protects the user from contracting STD. Children, you have to remember this is the only method which gives additional protection from STD as well. Other contraceptive methods only prevent pregnancy, they do not protect against STDs. Second is diaphragm cervical caps or walls. These are also rubber barriers inserted in the female reproductive tract to cover the cervix during coitus. They block the entry of sperms and they are reusable also. Spermicidal jellies, foams, and creams are usually used along with the other two methods to increase the contraceptive efficiency. Coming to the third type, intrauterine devices, that IUDs. IUDs are usually used by the females. These are certain devices inserted inside the uterus with the help of a medical professional for contraception. They are the best choice for spacing out children because it can be inserted for a period of 1 year, 2 year, 3 years, or 5 years. They come in under different categories: non medicated, copper releasing, or hormone releasing. Non medicated IUDs example is Lipislip. Copper releasing IUD example is copper T, copper 7, multilode 375. And hormone releasing IUDs, progesterone and LNG20. IUDs increase phagocytosis of sperms. Means phagocytosis means they eat away the sperms within the uterus. And also, since it is made up of copper, copper ions release will suppress the sperm motility and fertilizing capacity of the sperms. The next method is oral contraceptive pills. These are hormonal preparations of progestogens or progestogen estrogen combination. They inhibit ovulation and implantation. Ovulation means the release of ovum from the ovary during the menstrual cycle, middle of the menstrual cycle. Implantation is the attachment of the embryo, blastocyst stage, into the wall of the uterus. These both are prevented. It also alters the quality of the cervical mucus. Pills have high contraceptive value with less side effects. For example, we mentioned about Saheli, non-steroidal, and also weekly once a pill. But most of the contraceptives come in 21 days time. The patient or the woman who wants to have this will be taking it for usually for 21 days, and once the 21 days course is over, she will stop it. Within 2 or 3 days, she will have menstrual bleeding. Again, from the third or fifth day, as per the suggestion of the doctor, they can start the next round of administration of these pills. But here the problem is continuous use can, though we are telling less side effects, continuous use can lead to certain side effects, and also they should not miss any tablet that can lead to consequences. Another is non-oral contraceptives. These are also chemical based, but they are not taken orally. Examples: injections are there, skin patches and implants are there. Hormonal preparations of progestogens or progestogen estrogen combination is used to prepare injections for females and implants under the skin. So injection is taken. One injection is enough for providing contraception for a long period, or there can be implant that you can see in the picture. They are like mat splint like structures, small thin tube like structures. They release hormones. They are implanted inside under the skin, and next a few years they can keep releasing hormones which will prevent the pregnancy. Another one is patches. You can see in the first picture, they are like stickers that we can just stick on the body surface. They also keep releasing the hormones which will prevent pregnancy. Next is a surgical method. It is otherwise called a sterilization technique. This is a terminal method where the couples do not want any more children. Permanent method of contraception. Here, using surgery, we are blocking the vas deferens in male, then it is called a vasectomy, or we will block the fallopian tube in female, then it is called a tubectomy. So, vasectomy in males, a small part of vas deferens is removed or tied up through a small incision on the scrotum. It is a minor surgery, and the male can leave or the hospital or engage into his daily activities within 1 hour of the surgery. Tubectomy is in females. A part of the fallopian tube is removed or tied up through a small incision in the abdomen or through vagina. These techniques are highly effective, but their reversibility is very poor. Now coming to another category of contraceptives called emergency contraceptives. If there is an unprotected casual intercourse, emergency contraception can be used. Here you can see either it is a single pill or two pills taken with a particular gap period. Usually, emergency contraceptive has to be taken within 72 hours of casual unprotected intercourse. Emergency contraception is not a regular way of contraception. Then patches, I already told you about it, just you have to stick it on your skin. These are implants. Now coming to side effects, contraceptive methods have a significant role in checking uncontrolled growth of population, but still it will have some side effects. Common side effects are nausea, abdominal pain, breakthrough bleeding, irregular menstrual bleeding, or in severe cases, it may lead to breast cancer, though not very significant. Hope all the topics explained were clear. If you like my videos, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel, Biology My Passion. Thank you for watching.